Today we're talking about sexual fluidity in women, specifically the experience of straight women who sometimes feel attraction towards other women. But before we get into it, let's answer the obvious question: what the hell is sexual fluidity anyways? So when researchers talk about sexual fluidity in women, they're referring to the idea that women's patterns of attraction can sometimes be a little bit more flexible and context dependent over time. For example, a woman might primarily identify as straight and feel romantically and sexually attracted to men, but still experience moments of attraction, intimacy, or curiosity towards other women. And this is often not something that we see in men. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean her orientation has changed. It simply recognizes that for some women, attraction doesn't always stay rigidly fixed in one direction throughout their lives. And honestly, there are many experiences that I have had with other women that made me seriously question how attraction actually works. And I'll tell you that in a minute. And by the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Ali, and I'm a sex education student with the Sexual Health Alliance. And I love coming on here and sharing with you all the interesting things that I am learning about sex, relationships, and my body. I like trying things and sharing them with you all. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe and do all the bell thing and all that stuff. So let me tell you about why I even started thinking about this topic in the first place, okay? So my dear friend and sex therapist, Dr. Sonya, recently made a video about it. And by the way, she makes great sex education and psychology content. Definitely, I would recommend checking her out on YouTube. I'm actually gonna link her in the description below, but she is awesome. So if you wanna hear what she has to say about this or about a lot of other spicy topics, then definitely check her out. So first, a little bit of context about my own experience. So I identify as straight, and my romantic and sexual attraction is and has always been towards men. But there's a but. I've also had experiences with women that I genuinely enjoyed. For example, in a more sexual context, I've had multiple FFM threesomes, both as a third and within my own relationship, which were inherently sexual in nature. But I've also had erotic or sensual massages from women that felt incredibly pleasurable on a physical level. But interestingly, those experiences didn't necessarily feel sexual in the same way that they do with men. They felt more somatic, more about sensation, relaxation, and connection to my body. And that made me wonder, what exactly is happening here? Is that attraction? Is it simply me enjoying touch? Or could it be part of something researchers call sexual fluidity? Now, I'm not sure what the exact numbers are, but I think it would be pretty rare for a straight man to receive a sensual or erotic massage from another man and enjoy it. You don't hear that happen as much, at least not out in the open. By the way, if you are curious to learn more about my sexual education journey and you just want to support sex positive content, then I recommend you check out my Patreon, where I show you a little bit more behind the scenes about my life, my content, my travels, my sexcapades, and so on. So if you want to check that out, I'm also going to link that in the description below. So let me go back to my girl Sonya's perspective, okay? And this is where she comes in. So in her video, she talks about something that she notices as a bisexual woman. So sometimes her straight friends, especially in social settings, maybe after a few cocktails, they might want to make out with women or experiment a little. But from her perspective, that can feel a little confusing. I mean, you don't see men getting wasted and grabbing each other in the bathroom stalls to make out for fun, let me just say. Meanwhile, yes, sometimes that is absolutely what happens in women's bathrooms. It has definitely happened to me. One time in London, a Brazilian girl literally pulled me into a bathroom stall because she had never kissed a woman before and apparently decided I was the right candidate. Yes, she was definitely under the influence. Anyway, that is a story for another video. So back to Sonya. Her attraction to women isn't just playful or situational. She's bisexual, so she could have a date with a woman. She could fall in love with a woman. She could build a relationship with a woman. So when straight women engage in those playful or experimental moments, they don't actually see women as potential partners. And it raises interesting questions about what attraction really means. And that's where this whole conversation starts getting really interesting. So let's circle back to the term sexual sexual fluidity, okay? I mentioned that sexual fluidity refers to the idea that a person's patterns of attraction can sometimes shift depending on context, relationships, or life experiences. So naturally, I start wondering, is this just random personal experiences, or is there actual scientific research and data that explains why this happens more often with women? And it turns out, my friends, there is research. So one of the most influential researchers studying this is psychologist Lisa Diamond. So she wrote a book called Sexual Fluidity: Understanding Women's Love and Desire. And she followed a group of women over a 10-year period. That is a pretty long time. And her research found that many women experience changes in how they describe their attractions or identities over time. That doesn't necessarily mean their orientation completely changed, but it suggests that women's sexuality can sometimes be more flexible and context dependent than we once thought. And if you want to get into some other really cool research that was done, another fascinating study looked at how the body responds to sexual stimuli. So there was a sex researcher named Meredith Chivers at Queen's University who conducted studies measuring physiological arousal while participants watched different kinds of erotic videos. And I mean, it ranged from like heterosexual to lesbian to gay to group sex, all different kinds of dynamics. You had animal sex, you had like non-consensual sex. It was a range of stimuli. And what she found was really interesting. So men's arousal patterns were category specific. So straight men mostly responded to hetero or lesbian porn, and gay men mostly responded to men. But this is where it gets really cool. Women's responses looked very different. So for women, regardless of whether they identified as straight, bisexual, or lesbian, often showed physiological responses to both male and female stimuli. They also showed interest in animal sex and non-consensual and a whole range of other things, which, by the way, doesn't mean they actually want to do that in real life. It just goes to show how complex the human brain is and how we respond differently physiologically to erotic stimuli. The conclusion didn't necessarily mean that women are attracted to both genders, but it does suggest that female sexual response system may be more flexible or responsive to sexual cues in general. Again, like animals, monkeys going at it, non-consensual, and whatever else you throw at them. Now, in Dr. Sonya Maya's video, she did bring up lesbian porn, and I thought it would be worth checking the stats. This part honestly surprised me when I first saw the data. So in Pornhub, searching for women/what women want insight analysis, the data showed that lesbian was the top search category among women globally. And in North America, women were 186% more likely than men to search for lesbian content. Now, what does that mean? According to their insights, lesbian porn has consistently been the #1 category watched by women on the site. And speaking of personal experience, I have definitely watched my fair share of lesbian porn, and I identify as straight. So, why would that be? Some researchers studying female pornography preferences suggest that lesbian scenes often focus more on female bodies and pleasure rather than the male performance and the penetration and the cum shot and all that stuff. In other words, the camera is often focused on the woman's experience, which can make it easier for female viewers to relate to what's happening. Again, we see this distinction between what someone watches, what someone finds physically stimulating, and who they're actually attracted to. And those things don't always line up perfectly. Also, super important to keep in mind that just because a woman watches lesbian porn doesn't mean she wants to act it out in real life. It's very important to distinguish between fantasy and what lives in our brains versus what we actually want to do in real life. And this leads to an important distinction researchers often make. You have attraction, arousal, and appreciation, which are not the same thing. Okay, let's break it down. Attraction is about who you want to pursue romantically and sexually. Arousal is about how your body physically responds to stimuli. And appreciation is simply recognizing beauty or enjoying closeness with someone. Now, these three things don't always line up perfectly. A woman might recognize another woman's beauty. Trust me when I say, I stare at women's bodies all the time. When I'm walking down the street, I'll look at a beautiful woman over a man 100% of the time. I don't remember a time where I ever stopped to look at a guy and be like, wow, that guy's really hot. But I will definitely stop and look at a woman and be like, wow, that girl is hot. Or maybe a woman might enjoy a sensual touch, for example, in an erotic sensual massage with a woman. So I have gotten a few sensual tantric massages from women, and I can tell you from my personal experience that none of them felt sexual in nature, where I was lying there like, oh yeah, I'm so turned on, like this girl's so hot, like I just want to have sex with her and, you know, rub our kitties together. Like, that never crossed my mind. It was always very pleasure-focused in the sense of me lying there, relaxing, receiving pleasure, and enjoying the touch of the female body. But also, you know, some women might experience physical arousal. Like in my case, again, when I was having a threesome with a woman, that it was in a more sexual context, it definitely was more physically arousing. It was in a more sexual context, and I enjoyed being with a woman in that way. But very important, I still have no desire to pursue a romantic or a sexual relationship with a woman. Even in the context of threesomes, I enjoy being with a man and a woman together, but I've never sought a solo female sexual experience on my own. It's not something that I never really was called to do. I literally lived like all these experiences, and in all those examples, I can firmly say, again, that I don't want a romantic or a sexual relationship with a woman. For now, anyways. You never know what's gonna happen. Again, sexuality is fluidity, who knows? And that's something many women report when reflecting on these experiences. But what about guys? Like I said, what is this cultural phenomenon, as Dr. Sonya Maya put it, with women? Why don't we see straight men making out drunk in the bathroom, turning on some gay male porn, or just getting a sensual erotic massage, or even just a regular massage from a man? I mean, let's be honest, there are so many men who are very much against getting just a normal Swedish massage from a man, my boyfriend included. He much prefers to have a woman. I thought about it a little bit, and there's definitely maybe some social factors involved. So women generally have more cultural permission to express affection towards other women. So we hug each other, we compliment each other's bodies all the time. We're generally very comfortable being naked together in locker rooms. It's not a weird thing. Sometimes we cuddle or even kiss playfully in social settings. And these behaviors don't necessarily challenge our identities. Men, on the other hand, often face much stricter cultural rules around masculinity and sexuality. Some researchers believe that part of why women appear more sexually fluid may be simply because there is more social space for exploration and expression. I don't know. What do you think? But for me, this conversation has been fascinating because it reminds me how complex human sexuality really is. It's not black or white. There is a whole gray area in there, and it is a spectrum. I still identify as straight because my romantic and sexual attraction is towards men. But I've also learned that enjoying sensual experiences with women or appreciating female beauty doesn't necessarily change that. Sometimes the body simply just responds to touch, context, and emotional safety in ways that don't fit neatly into categories. And you know what? Maybe that's okay. I have been in plenty of situations where I really enjoy the sensual presence of a woman without it being sexual or me wanting to engage in a sexual way at all. I'm simply appreciating and receiving her female energy. And there's really something special about receiving touch from someone who knows the female body inside and out. And I'm gonna circle back to Dr. Sonya Maya's perspective now, because this is where it becomes important. By the way, just a little nudge to check out my dear friend, Dr. Sonya Maya, on YouTube or on all her socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. She is everywhere, and she's constantly making really good quality, spicy, educational, psychological content. And she's really funny too. So I would definitely check her out. Again, I'm going to link it below. But for her, again, as identifying as a bisexual or other women who identify as lesbian, attraction to women isn't just curiosity or experimentation like it has been for me. It's a genuine romantic and sexual orientation. So when straight women experiment in playful or situational ways, maybe have a few cocktails, and again, they're in the bathroom at the club or the bar, and they're looking at a girl and like, oh, you're so cute, and they're just fawning over each other, and they give each other a little kiss, and maybe it doesn't go beyond that, and they don't experience a deeper attraction. And that can sometimes feel confusing from a bisexual perspective. So both experiences are valid. They're just coming from different places. And it has reminded me to be way more mindful around anyone I meet that does identify as bisexual or queer or lesbian or however, because if a situation calls for me to be playful and experimental, it's not necessarily the same thing for the other woman. So thank you for making that point, Sonya. I think it is so important. So now, I'm obviously curious about you. If you identify as a straight woman, have you ever experienced attraction, curiosity, or intimacy with another woman at some point in your life? If you're a man watching this video and you're in a couple, has your partner ever experienced curiosity with another woman? Do you think women's sexuality is naturally more fluid? Or do you think it's more about context and cultural permission? Let me know in the comments. I'm always so curious to hear about your experiences. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. And again, if you want more content from me and you want to support sex positive spaces, then you can always check out my Patreon. I'm going to link that below. And I want to say a big, big, big thank you always to all my YouTube members and my Patreon members. You can join for free, or there are paid tiers as well if you want to contribute a little bit to the maintenance and growth of this channel. But all of it is very much appreciated. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Je vous aime.